Well, you have a business or you are planning your business and you want to get it on the internet. There's so many ways to do that. And, honestly, it can be very overwhelming. There's so many choices. Think about this. This could be for any business, whether you're locally producing something, you have a food truck, or your photography business. Maybe you have a mechanic shop, or you do something with the internet. You do website development, coding, app development, or doing consulting. Maybe it's a coffee house or janitorial business, window installation, door installation, construction. Any business nowadays needs to be on the internet, but oftentimes it just, with all the tasks and all of the other issues that you have to worry about, the last thing you have time for is figuring out how to be found on the internet. So developing that, this can become a frustrating part for most business owners. You're a small business and you're trying to think, okay, where do I start? Do I do a website? Do I just get on the maps feature, or do I produce some videos, social media? Or a lot of this is a common mistake that a lot of people make, is they just do it all at once and then no one visits their website, or they don't have any followers. This comes from having no plan. Oftentimes it leads to confusion, frustration. Maybe you want to have customers come into your restaurant at least, and you know what? You've put a ton of money out on a search ad and no one came, or a lot of people clicked on it, but it resulted in nothing. Or you have a consulting business, no phone calls, because you didn't have a plan. There was really, you don't even know what your goal is. And this is common. Or you already have a presence and you're wondering, okay, for the last few years, it's just sat there. I don't know, why are no people not visiting my website? And it just becomes another daily task on top of all the other things that you have to do. And it can become frustrating. It can lead to burnout, honestly. So it starts really with understanding your business. Basic marketing principles, figuring out what makes your business unique, what makes your customers want what you have to offer. Understanding that and getting that down on paper is going to really help you figure out, okay, what's your goal? You're going to have a plan. And there's all kinds of tools out there. I mean, there's all kinds of mediums and marketing channels, and this is where burnout happens. You can make videos, you can have content, you can make blog posts, and you're not knowing, okay, is this really where my customers are finding me? Do I need to have an email newsletter? So it really starts with creating a plan. This plan can really just be on a piece of paper, and really it shouldn't be a multi-document paper. It should just be a single page. Business model canvas is a good start, but coming up with goals. Let's say you want your goal for the website, really, you don't sell on the website, you just want people to get to your website so they can give you a phone call. Okay, so maybe phone is your key thing because maybe it's a service that has lots of explanation that's needed. Or you sell directly on the internet, and so e-commerce is your goal. And so you want to get, of course, orders, and those orders are how you actually make money. So having those goals on paper and understanding what exactly is the purpose behind, maybe it's your Facebook page. Is your Facebook page supposed to funnel people to your website, or vice versa? You get people from other places like website review sites, maps, to go onto your Facebook page. These will allow you to focus where your money is going to be spent and your time. What platform will you use? Where are your most convertible customers at? That's a very key question. It's not just where to find people, but it's also to find where are they at in the buyer journey process. It's a process, and it kind of increases over time. And you're trying to find that magic spot where they actually make a purchase decision, and that might be your website. Or maybe if they're coming physically into a store or a shop or a coffee house, you're just getting awareness. You're just being aware or communicating with customers in that way. So you want to grow all your digital platforms, but they should all focus on the primary. You're creating a primary place. Maybe it is, well, let's just take this as an example. You have a website that is designed to get people to fill out a form for a consultation, a free consultation to have some home repair project on their home, or you do consulting work, that website is your key primary presence. So everything else, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, your email newsletter, all of those things feed into that primary presence that you're going to have. And the goal is to really move customers one step closer. Okay, so you want to drive traffic to that primary digital platform, that primary presence that you have. Don't try to make whether it's like, our Facebook page and our website and our Google Maps feature and all of those things, you really want to make one is your primary and all others support it. They lift it up. They help it grow. So think of this. If you're a physical business, all right, that's going to change. What I mean by physical, we're all physical in some realm, but if customers have to have a physical interaction with you, you're a car repair shop, you are a restaurant, you have an experience, you have an entertainment experience where people come to you, whatever it is, if you're a physical business, then obviously your brick and mortar shop is that is where people come into the front door, okay? But the web, okay? The web is where you can find these people. And so that can complement all your traditional marketing avenues, let's say radio, television, things like that. But the internet is nowadays the primary driver of that traffic. So all those things are going to feed into that. Maybe it's the website is your gateway. This is between the internet in general and you're getting people into your door. Or it's a reviews site, let's say it's Yelp. Picking one of those platforms, a lot of businesses, their primary presence is Yelp. And so they don't even waste time or worry about having a big fancy website because it's just another thing over their head that they have to worry about. They actually work on and focus on developing the reviews, doing engagement, okay? Then all of a sudden, anything else, whether it's other social media or even a website, all feed into this primary internet presence, which then leads people into their front door. This is their gateway. This is their avenue of sales. It's like their salesman. Now, let's say your business can be done virtually. You're a consulting business, or you do website development, or you're in creative arts, or simply you don't physically have to meet your customer. You can do it over the internet through Skype, Zoom, phone, things like that. Then that changes the whole aspect because now you want to have a very focused, concrete, primary internet presence. Usually, more often than not, that is a website, okay? Now, there are examples. A lot of businesses I've consulted with and helped with, I know of one person that his whole business is derived on Instagram. But for most, they want to have a good website that then has specific goals or one goal. And this might be for a consult, to get people to have a consultation. And that might be through phone or a form or some key performance measure, some call to what we call call to action. You want to have that. You want to figure that out way before you even start spending money or developing a website. What is the primary thing that you want people to do? And once you figure that out, then you know exactly what the goal of your website is. So then this website, I'm just going to use this as a good template to go with. Your website is your number one primary internet presence. So everything else feeds into that. You might have a Facebook page, and it may have announcements and things like that, but still, ultimately, you want people to go to your website. Or you can use Facebook as a website or a complement to it. This leads into the whole area of search engine optimization because, you can throw a website up. How are people going to find it? It's really complicated nowadays. The internet is so competitive. And as soon as you think you're the only one that is out there that's doing your service, there's hundreds of others. And so getting found on the World Wide Web is so important, and it can be overwhelming. But you can just start as a your own digital marketer within your business. Maybe you can hire this out, or you can have a staff member do this. But all the things that SEO, like content marketing and blogs and engagement with social media, all these things are going to help drive up your website. They're going to drive up the rankings on Google and other search engines, and that's going to feed into your website. So all of this feeds into this, which then leads to a call to actions. You're getting forms, you're getting requests, and you're vetting people, and they are already educated. By the time they get to you, you vetted, and you have the most convertible customers that have come to you. So with a virtual or a business where you really don't need to physically interact with the customer or their product or their house or their car or serving them food, you're doing your business virtually. You want to have a very good, strong primary internet presence. Typically that's a website, but it could be some other social media form or review site, things like that. Another example, of course, is going back to physical businesses, is Google My Business or Bing Places. Having a really strong presence on there with lots of pictures and encouraging reviews, that can be your website. And you can just start with that. If a website overwhelms you and the idea of coming up with one, you want to come up with a plan that drives a call to action. So this is just a very introductory preface to this whole idea of taking an already existing business or a business you're working on and getting it on the internet and figuring out how to get customers through the internet. If you have questions, best choice is to make some comments on this video, and I'll reach out to you. Or we have other ways you can do that as well. You can email me, find me on LinkedIn or Facebook. I hope this helps. This is a good starter. There's a lot more to it. If it seems overwhelming, I can help you through the process. Thanks for your time.